"Who, Smithers? Who is that 50-year young go-getter?"
That's Rodney Dean, sir, from Edmonton, Canada.
I don't know who Rodney Dean is. Do you know, Homer?
I know who Rodney Dean is. Let's talk about him. Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Rodney Dean here, and yes, I'm wearing the glasses, the specs, because I'm going to do some Q&A today. I've had a lot of people asking me questions through messaging, through email, mostly, and I'd like to take this forum to answer it. You see, yesterday was my 50th birthday. Okay, today's March 26th. My birthday is March 25th. So yes, that's usually a big milestone for people, and you know, it's something where back when I was about 30 years old, somebody had said that I had missed my calling because I do impressions and voices and this and that. And I had an argument with them because I said, no, I haven't, because I'm still doing them. I do things, I do voiceovers and all that kind of stuff. And you know what, since then, and my YouTube channel's been here for 11 years, and I started with impressions and all that. And I'm getting still to this day a lot of questions from up and coming people who are just getting started in either voiceover or doing character voices, or you know, they want to get involved, and I'm happy to oblige and answer questions. So what I'd like to do is read some of these. So first off, we have Greg, who asked, how did you first get started doing voices? Well, you know, back when I was a kid, really like most of the people of my era, watching lots of TV and listening to the radio is where I really started doing voices, and listening to the likes of Mel Blanc, and watching people like Rich Little on TV. It was just something I naturally loved, and became good at doing some of my own. And really, it's in my late teens, we had this answering machine, you know, it was a Radio Shack answering machine with little cassette tapes on it, and you had a 20-second message that you could leave up to, and then people would leave their messages for you. So I was back living with my parents, and I started to put you know, Hulk Hogan and Rocky and Bullwinkle and Maxwell Smart on the voicemail, and my parents really didn't appreciate it as much as I'd hoped, you know, especially when their older friends called and they go, who the heck was that on the machine? Am I calling the right place? But anyways, that's where I really got started, just having some fun. And it evolved as I grew up, and ended up you know, getting married when I was 25. And I through all the jobs that I did, you know, back then there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't anything like that. The internet really wasn't even there for the public. And you know, really, if you wanted to be somebody in the arts and entertainment industry, you either went to LA or New York, right, or maybe Vegas. But I wasn't in a situation where I wanted to you know, move and leave everything and go to California at the time, or New York. So I sort of stuck around. And one day after I got married, I was asking my wife, you know, what can I do with these voices still? I still like to do them. What else can I do? Well, I can do stand-up, or how about make a disc? So actually what I did is I made a CD back in 2000. It was called The Voices in My Head. And yeah, and $13.99. It was at HMV. I don't think HMV's around anymore, but I had them on consignment there. So I made a disc of parody songs and all different characters, and that a couple dozen of my voices now are on there doing skits or songs. So that's how I started, and I started to sell them in stores. And actually I have my very first, I don't know if you can see that, HMV, my very first check I got from HMV for $10.49. I never cashed it, just wanted it for posterity. My first one, I sold 100 or so discs at the store. They're $13.99, and they were on consignment, so they always got their cut. That was a nice program that HMV did. Excuse me. So that's how I really got into doing voices and such like that, and I still do a lot of them for other different things. So hopefully that answers your question, Greg. RKC asks, have you done stand-up and live performances? Yes, I have actually. I've done some live stand up from anywhere from a dozen people in the room to about 1,200, and in different ways of doing live performances. And it's something that I even have. If I can do this, move the camera. Can see there's my Canada's Got Talent submission. I even did and went on Canada's Got Talent, and did a performance. I got a call back to do an audition again, and then one of the interviews that they do on TV didn't really make it in Canada's Got Talent. I realized later that they were more interested in it being a television show than an actual talent competition. So that didn't work out, but I did try that and I did do that. And although it was fun and enjoyed, getting back to the disc that I did, I really gained a love for production. I really like doing the production of it. When I made the CD, I made it in the studio. I paid the guy studio time, gear at the Master Factory, and had Ken Repko help me with my the music the arrangements and everything. But that was, to me, the whole production of it was what gave me the juice. You know what I mean? So I really got to love that. So what happened is, after 2000, the internet was becoming more popular and such. I built my first website and had a demo, couple demos on it, and really started to get my work out there. Is that, but I did do the stand-up and live performances. So Eric RKC, I hope that answers your question. So JC asks, is Rodney Dean your real name? And I get asked this a lot. So sort of. My given name is Dean Rodney Wendland. Okay. And back in the late 90s, getting to the CD, I thought that everybody had a different name. All these different actors and such, they had a sort of a different name than their original given name. So Rodney being my middle name, I thought, hey, I'll change it to Rodney Dean. So that is, I'm sort of both. I answer to both, Dean Wendland or Rodney Dean. Kind of depends on who you're talking to, I guess. So that is my real name, JC. So Paul asks, are you on the Paytoplay sites? You know what, Paul? Yes, I am. But you know what? I've been a paid member on Voice123, Voices.com, VO Planet. I don't know if that's still around, but I'm not anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because when I got started, I had another job, and I was trying to do all these auditions, and I found when I got home from my regular job, auditioning, so many other people had auditions. So unless I could audition in the morning, I found it was very, very difficult to audition for regular jobs because a lot of people had already auditioned for them. I did and still do pick up character work. Being an unpaid member now, I still get leads from these sites and people who go on and they're looking for Donald Trump or Arnold Schwarzenegger or some of the voices I do. The Homer Simpson voice that I do, I actually got it from through Voice123, and they had me do a string of eight different Homer Does, and so I strung a whole bunch, did them differently, and they picked one. And the longest contract I ever had to sign was with this place, a certified unladylike music group. But they used it and they paid me $100 for saying dough. So, so I did get that from the Paytoplay sites. I still do to this day get the odd job when they look for more of the character voice side of things than doing, an e-learning job or a narration job or a regular commercial job. I still right now today don't have the time to audition for a lot of those. So I just got my membership but I'm still on these sites. So, hopefully that answers your question, Paul. So, Stacy asks, can you earn enough money in VO to do it full time? You know what? The answer to that is absolutely 100% yes. It's, but there's a caveat, is it takes a ton of work to be able to do that full time and earn a full time living from it. You have to keep going. In today's day and age now, marketing yourself is hugely important. Spending as much or more time working on your business than actually doing the voiceover work is how you get to earn a full time living from voiceover. It's there's a lot of work out there. There's a lot of voice actors, but there is still a lot of work. Even if you're at a home studio, nowadays you don't have to go to LA. You don't have to go to New York. You can earn a good living just from your own home studio, Stacy. Okay, so I have here back after my disc, my first check doing VO was, I don't know if I can really read that or not, but it's for a car company, and I went to their studio, and they paid me $250, to do a voice, an announcer voice similar to Don Pardo, and he's the anchor of the Auto Mile, the leader of Little Price, and it was, they worked me hard that day in a studio, an offsite studio. And I still go to radio stations or studios to do voiceover work. But my very first one, I kept a copy of the check. I didn't cash that one. $250 was good money back in, what was that, 2002. I mean, yes, you can earn full-time living. $250, you need several of those during the week, really, to get yourself there. But once you start to get regular clients and then always earning, looking for more business, earning new clients, that's where you get it from. So that is in a nutshell, the story, a little bit background of Rodney Dean. My company's called Rodney Dean Recording Inc. And if you like, you can go to my website, rodneydean.com. I've changed it over the years. It's been there, but I got 4 of my demos there. I got some samples of some other works that I've done. If you're looking to get into this business and you're not sure what to do, I'm 50 years old here, and a lot of what I've learned is trial and error. I really wish we had Facebook, YouTube, all this stuff, and more information on it back when I started, because there's a lot of info out there that you can find out yourself. But if you want to message me, you want to leave a comment below, I'd love to be able to answer them for you. If you're young and starting, if you're only 20 or 25 years old, 30, like what I was when I started, and you're struggling and you don't think it'll happen for you, you just got to keep going. You got to keep working. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, your life it's just beginning when you're 25 years old. So take it from me. I got a lot left in me for the after 50. I'm still doing it, and I'm still living the dream. I'm still, getting back to the argument I had. I still feel that I didn't miss my calling. I would love one day to voice an animation film. Still doing that. That disc I sent, believe me, Warner Brothers and Pixar and all the Disney and Fox and all these, they got sent a copy of that disc. That was like my demo back in the day when I made that. But didn't get a call resulting from it. So, but anyways, I've never stopped. I've never quit, and I don't intend to. I'm just going to keep going. So, if there's anything I can say to you, you keep going too. If this is something that you'd really like to do. But anyways, once again, I'm Rodney Dean. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.